Good morning and welcome back to PhotoJoseph's Photo Moment, the Q&A portion of the show where I try to A your Qs. And I'm looking at the chat room in here, and there's definitely been some adventure in the chat room today. Sean Mark Nepro pointing out that thank God it forces you to shoot horizontal. That's funny you say that. I wonder if you could make this thing tall enough to stuff the camera in there vertical orientation. Then you're going to be sorry, aren't you? I have not unthreaded this all the way, so we're just going to do that and see what happens. Let's see here. Let's get the chat up here. What's going on? Serge says, your overhead camera gave a black screen. Well, that's not good. Did it really? Huh. Well, that's definitely not good. I know oh, I fixed it. The close-up. This definitely does not fit right there. That definitely doesn't fit. No. So you're right, Sean. It forces you to shoot landscape. That's good. SR Digital, are you reviewing this mobile phone equipment because, according to someone, Micro Four Thirds is dead? Micro Four Thirds is not dead. Absolutely not. And that is all I will say on the topic. Aaron Bedicke says, is the mount big enough to fit an iPad? No, that is as big as it goes. So I think, was that the max? I guess make sure that really is the max. But no, it's definitely not. I mean, you can see the maximum it could possibly be is double that height. So no, this would not fit an iPad. You would have to get a you'd have to get a totally different bracket to be able to put an iPad on there. So no, no iPad. Now look at their webpage. Maybe they've got an iPad version of this, but this is the one that I got. So I don't think so. Oh, Sarah says dead cats are traditionally stuffed with microphones. That's funny. Speaking of dead cats, it does come with a very soft, fuzzy. I know that sounds horribly annoying, isn't it? Okay. Shh. There, that was quick. That is one fuzzy and shedding dead cat. But there you go. It comes with a nice big fuzzy kitten. Let's see here. What else is going on here? Sean, missing the moment lenses for this configuration. You could. You definitely could. If you attach the case with the moment lens on there, attach that on there, that would be pretty awesome. I would be totally digging that. If anybody's got a relationship with Moment, I would love to have one with them. I've never been able to establish anything. They make some very, very interesting products. SR Digital, have I found a guest? Oops, where'd it go? Have I found a guest to go with me on my India reconnaissance trip? I have not. Interesting the way you put that. Rec trip, R-E-C-C-E. That is the way that the Indian team that I'm working with always writes the reconnaissance trip. I've never seen it that way. That's interesting. I've never seen that word written that way before. Anyway, no, I have not. And I had someone, but then they had to drop out, and that's fine. Unless somebody really, really wants to go last minute. But that's fine because it'll give me a little bit more flexibility and freedom in what I'm doing. It'll still be fun, though. I mean, if you want to come, if you're willing to pay for it, come along. Let's have a good time. All righty. All right, media, just got here. I'm sorry you missed out. Aaron says, any way to avoid some of the handling noise that was on the mic? I heard quite a bit of it in the recording. Interesting. I will have to listen more closely to hear what you heard. Maybe, well, you might have heard some of this. I obviously just kind of threw it together. I wasn't particularly careful about that. So I would say if you're hearing the cable bounce around, you could easily just tape that down if that was necessary. There's no movement. It has a nice, let's go for a close-up here again. There's a pretty good little cushion in here. Let's focus on there. There we go. It's a pretty good little cushion in here. Right, so that's nice. It's separated. There's no hard mechanical parts to bounce. So I think you should get minimal movement from that. So the sounds that you heard, and again, I will have to go back and listen to it again, but the sounds you heard might have just been that. Also, for those watching live, the way that I was hearing it was there was some stutter in the audio, which I knew was happening, and I think it has to do with my wireless system. If you were watching it live and you heard any stutter in the audio, once the upload is up, go check it out again and listen to it again. That'll be because I'll just take this video and replace the file that was up there, not use the one that was streamed, because there was definitely something weird happening either in the conversion process for streaming or back to my wireless ears. But when I tested it, it's fine. So anyway, if it sounded weird, just go back and listen to the recorded one once that is up. I think that'll be worth doing. Jake is saying, do you have to use a special app or can you use any filming software? So you can use any filming software, right? Once you plug this in, all right, let me back up. The app, whatever app you use, has no idea about any of this other than the fact there's a microphone plugged in. So any app that will use an external microphone, like Filmic Pro certainly does, that works just fine. What does not work with Filmic Pro, and I don't know about other apps, and I'm actually going to have to ask the Filmic guys about this, was the remote. That is working inside of the native camera app. It did not work to start recording in Filmic Pro. I don't know if that's something that can only happen in the camera app. It's not. I don't really use too many. I don't use any third-party camera apps other than Filmic Pro, so I don't know if it would work on others. But I will ask the Filmic Pro guys about it, because this little button to me is a really, really nice feature, and it was kind of a bummer that didn't work in Filmic Pro. It doesn't mean you can't reach up and hit the button anyway. Obviously, you just hit record on the screen, but it's a nice feature to have. It definitely is. Yeah, Kelch's, I agree. He's wrong. So that's, all right, let me just address the elephant in the room here, what he's talking about. There was a video about the death of Micro Four Thirds by a particularly well-known YouTuber. It's his speculation. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. He's just wrong. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, let's see here. Mad Fan, what movie is that from? With a lot of therapy, time, and medication, I think you'll get over it. That's a good line. That's a movie line, isn't it? Okay, I think that is it. There's no other questions on the show, which is nothing I missed in the beginning. There did not appear to be so. So, yeah, thanks, guys. So Friday's show, I am going to talk about this thing. I know I said I might do that today's show, but I'm going to do that Friday show. The Port Keys 5-inch monitor with the long arm adapter, which is still packed up. I haven't unpacked it, but I'm showing it whether it works or not. And next week, there's going to be a lot of product stuff over the next, leading up to the India trip, because I've got a lot to talk about, stuff that I'm taking on the trip and so on. Then I will be doing a full next Friday, so a week and a few days from now, a full-on everything I'm taking to India trip. And I'm doing that a couple days I'm doing that a couple days before I leave, so that if anybody has any suggestions, they have time to get them in before I actually get on a plane. But yeah, that's going to be fun. And then while I'm in India, I'm going to attempt to vlog. We'll see how that works out with the editing and upload internet times and all that. And I might even go live a couple times if I can, if I have the bandwidth, and I will be doing some shows to release while I'm gone. So this channel is not going to be dark while I'm out of town. My secret machine, there's a good question. Which mic would you recommend for the GH5? Okay, good question too. I have used, and it's all over there, I've been using the Shure VP83 for a couple of years now. Very, very fond of it, very much like it. Has one thing about it that is annoying, that is on basically every mic, that I just kind of went, well, it's just the way it is. The power switch. You have to turn the power switch on and off, and if you turn it on and then leave it on all day and all night because you forget to turn it off, then you can wake up to a dead battery. That kind of sucks. Other than that, it's a great mic. RØDE has reached out to me, and there is some product coming from them. This will be one of the things that if it gets here in time, I will be doing a little first look at before I leave. Their new VideoMic Pro Plus. It's bigger. It is a little bit bigger. That I'm not super thrilled about, but it has two features on it that have me very, very excited. And this is, without having done a review on it yet, this is the mic that I would say this is probably, if you have to have a mic today, go buy this one. And then I will be doing a review as quickly as I can. It has two features that I love. First of all, it records a safety channel. When you're recording with a boom mic, obviously I know that's not a mic, but when you're recording the boom mic, you're recording a mono signal that gets written equally to left and right channels on your camera. The RØDE VideoMic Pro Plus will record on your left side at full volume and your right side at a lower volume. I think it's a -6 dB track. So you have a safety track on there. So that means in post, you just go mono both of those, disable the safety track, and now you've got the same thing as if you had recorded the whole thing normally. But if you get some peak in your audio, somebody shouts, whatever, something happens, you have a secondary track that you can go to pull something that's 6 dB quieter. I think that is one of the greatest features ever, and I'm super excited to play with that. The second feature on it that's very, very exciting, and I have no idea how this works, is you don't have to turn it on or off. Even though it has a battery in it, somehow it knows, I don't know if it knows when the camera is on or when it starts recording. Again, I haven't gotten it yet, but the point is you do not have to turn the microphone on and off. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be here this week. It's supposed to be here before my trip to India because that's the mic that I'm going to take. So yeah, RØDE VideoMic Pro Plus. We'll link to that down below, even though I haven't gotten it yet, just in case you decide to buy one. Please use that link. Let's see, so just a RØDE mic spec that's nifty. It is nifty. It is super nifty. Astro Digital product stuff, is that to do with all the B&H plastic bags? So he's talking about when I was in New York last week, I tweeted a picture of, damn you B&H, every time I go there I walk out with bags full of stuff. Yes, actually. One of them is the flashes, the Godox flashes that I already mentioned. I will talk about those a bit more. And then something else, just a little tiny accessory that I picked up for myself that I really like. So I'll be sharing that with you too. It's nice when accessories aren't crazy expensive ones, right? Sarah says it detects when it's inserted into the camera. Contacts are not in the air anymore that way. Sarah, so you're saying that if it's plugged in, it's on? That doesn't, because then if I leave it plugged in and just set the camera down overnight, then the battery would still be on. Is that right? If that's the case, then that's not as impressive as I thought it was going to be. Well, this is why we're going to get one in studio and find out, because that's the feature that I'm super excited to have. He's saying yes, but well, I think he just shot down that super exciting idea. Who unplugs that? I mean, if I'm going to unplug it, I may as well just turn it off. I'd rather turn it off. Okay, well, we shall see. We will get it in here soon. Still, the safety track is very exciting, but that's a bummer if that's the way that works. Okay, let's get out of here, shall we? I have a disaster to clean up, as you can undoubtedly see here. Yeah, let's move on with the week. So we'll see you tomorrow for a live training show about VideoMic Pro, moving on to the next step of VideoMic Pro, and then on Friday for a show to talk about where to go. This guy here, the Portkeys 5-inch monitor. Very, very nice. All right, guys, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.